walking and the dogs just come from behind and they're running and they just attack them.
Deborah Flores says this surveillance video is from January. Flores says that's her and her son trying to scare away the pack of dogs attacking that man.
My son heard him and he got like his Orby gun and started shooting the dogs to go away, and it worked, but I mean, luckily the man just got like a bit on his leg.
Flores says it is the same group of dogs that mauled an 81-year-old man. Animal Care Services says 2 of the dogs in today's attack bit someone earlier this year, but ACS has not confirmed if this video is of that January incident. Tonight, Flores is demanding accountability from the owners.
Take responsibility. Your dogs killed somebody.
Investigators say the elderly man was able to protect his wife, who was taken to the hospital with injuries. They say the dog also bit a firefighter on the foot and a Good Samaritan in the hand.
Firefighters were very heroic in this instance, fighting off these pit bulls with pickaxes and pike poles to try to get to the patients.
3 pit bulls were taken away from this home on Depla Street near Couples after the attack. All 3 dogs will be euthanized tonight.
En el 2021 mordió a mi hijo.
Sylvia Avila says the dogs have a history of biting multiple people around the neighborhood, including her own son on his property.
Nadie ha hecho nada. Yo me encargo de hacer los follow-ups. Nadie ha hecho nada. Todo el neighborhood está espantado.
She says efforts to get officials to do something have been ignored. ACS is leading the investigation with the help of SAPD. They report multiple contacts with the dog owners.
By state law, unless there is an affidavit or a severe...
Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Call Haloyim to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakahakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us this truth that rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the 1/3 men, women, and children of Israel, and to the Israelite foreigners who has the appearance of the heathens, but their lineage, their seed lines from their fathers, goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom to you. This video was inspired by, this is a testimony, man, and same instance with these pit bulls, man. And yesterday, my daughters and I, as we saw, you know, the video I just showed just to show the viciousness of these dogs, and these pit bulls got demons on them, man. All right, majority of them. I know, you know, some people got them and they love them and they train, they never, you know, whatever. But majority of the time, man, dogs got damn demons on them, and I don't too much care for them. But anyhow, me and my daughters, we were going to walk to the park. The weather was pretty decent, and so I see a guy that appears to, you know, he has the appearance of an Edomite, but I saw him and he was talking and being loud, and then I saw the dog behind him, so I'm like, this idiot walking his dog, pit bull at that, without a leash. At the time, I thought it was his dog. He asked me, could he use my phone? I said, yo, I ain't got nothing for you. You know, you got the dog. We ain't trying to get close to you. The dog wasn't on the leash, of course. So he said, no, I need your phone to call somebody, to, you know, the police, or, you know, this dog is on the loose. So I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Boom, the spirit takes over me right there. I got my 2 little girls with me. And right there, I stopped. The spirit had me to stop. So here come the dog charging at me and my girls now. It was nothing but the spirit of Yahawah Basham Yahawashi. I took both of my hands and I rebuked Satan, man, in the Hebrew. Nadad men yanyan shatan. All right. The dog turned around and went the other way. All right. Now, at this time, it was like a block away from my home. I told my girls to go home. Matter of fact, run home now, because now the police is pulling up as this is happening. And he turned around. So the police run up. And the dog chased the police in the car, and the police is yelling like running towards his vehicle, man. I'm like, wow, I guess this Edomite police was saving his bullets for Jake, man. All right, because he should have shot the damn dog or tased him or something, you know, had the police running. So by this time, my girls, they ran home and all that. But yeah, I when I left, you know, I was a neighbor. It was funny how the neighbor, one of my neighbors saw the whole thing. He's a pork chop preacher, Bishop Bacon, and you know, me and him had words or two about the, you know, gospel one time, and he saw the whole ordeal. I said, "You see them, Mike?" I said, "I rebuke Satan in the Hebrew, man, and he couldn't do nothing but be confounded, man." He said, "Yeah, I saw that," and he was stunned, you know. So anyhow, I get back into the house. Now I'm taken back off of everything what happened, you know, like, yo, call Halayim Yahawashi, lit up incense and just praising the Lord. Call Halayim Yahawashi, man, Basham Rakakadash. You know, everybody was safe. I don't even know what else happened, man. I got up out of there, me and my girls, you know. So that's the inspiration to do this video, man. So yeah, so where did I get that from? Let me go to the video, man, where the brother, if I'm not mistaken, he's out the DC camp. Salaki, I don't remember the brother name. But this is where I learned, you know, to pray the name or rebuke Satan, man. This video here.
Shalom, I want to give all praise to Yahawashi.
I think he's from the DC camp.
Yahawashi, Shalom, Mabarakim, Labakarim, Shayasha Allah. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Most high in the name of the Son, bless you. I want to bring a couple scriptures on resisting the devil and Satan so that you can become stronger and how you can combat this devil, because I know through the spirit a lot of brothers are dealing with demons or what have you, and it's going to get worse and worse. We got to be able to combat this, and I'm also going to go into some Hebrew on 3 different ways that you can actually rebuke Satan in your mind in the Lashwan Badash. So the first scripture I have is 1 Peter 5 and 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." So in order to combat this roaring lion, you got to be able to know how to, you know, say certain things so they can get out of your mind. I know brothers say, like, I fucking hate you, Satan, in the name of Yahweh, and stuff like that. But, you know, there's actual words that you can use in the Hebrew to rebuke Satan, you know. And like I said, these afflictions have been accomplished to all the brothers in the world. I know there's Akim out there across the 4 globes that are going to need this, okay? Now this is James chapter 4 verse 7. It says, "Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High, Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, resist the devil and he will flee from you." Alright, so, you know, in order to resist him, of course you got to stay in these scriptures of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom, and I'm going to bring out some Hebrew. Okay, Shalom. So here's the Hebrew, just a couple, you know, 3 different ways that you can rebuke Satan. Number 1 is by saying, "I rebuke thee, Satan." The way you say that is, "I ga'ayarka shatan." "I ga'ayarka shatan." "I" is I before a word. Ga'ayar means rebuke, and ka on the end is thee. So "I ga'ayarka shatan" is "I rebuke thee, Satan." Number 2 is "I rashaika shatan." "I rashaika shatan." I Rashai, condemn, and Ka is thee. So I Rashai Ka is literally "I condemn thee, Satan." And the third one is Nadad Mayanya Shatan. Nadad Mayanya Shatan. Nadad means flee. Mayanya means from me. Shatan is Satan. Mayan means from, and the Ya on the end means me. So Nadad Mayanya Shatan is flee from me, Satan. So again, real quick, these are real simple. We have I ga'ayarka shatan, I rebuke thee, Satan. I rashaika shatan, I condemn thee, Satan. And Nadad Mayanya shatan, flee from me, Satan. Okay, so those are just 3 simple rebukes for this devil. You know, when Akim are battling these spirits or just these devils in person, you can say this in your head or say it out loud through the spirit of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. So with that, I hope that was edifying and it's helped the elect. And Shalom.
Yeah, man. So I use that "flee from me, Satan" in the Hebrew. Okay, now let's go to still in Sirach, chapter 1, the prologue of Sirach. And I want to get to a point, man, because the word said in the Hebrew, let me get it right here. Okay, here it is, right here. For the it's up top. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them, and not only these things, but the law itself. The law itself. Salakia. Yeah, so let me read this again. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. All right, so that's the point I want to make. You know what I mean? So let's go back to Sirach 39 and 28. It says here, the featured scripture, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And the teeth of those pit bulls, man, those are sore strokes, man. All right, you see it, they kill people. Everybody know about pit bulls, right, and what they can do. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right, and who made them, man? Yahawashi, man. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All right, so they have counsel in the heavens. All right, left hand angels, right hand angels, and the Lord do all these things. Let's prove that, man. Let's go. Of course, you know Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. That's plain, man. All right. So, hey, man, call law you Yahawashi the time is 1:44. Hey, man, you can't stop praising Yahawashi, man. I was so, my spirit had went to the stratosphere, man. Just how the Lord delivered us, man. I mean, the dog turned around, man, and went to the police officer, man. Let's get this real quick. The book of Jeremiah 15. I'm gonna read 1 through 3. Then said the Lord unto me through Moses, and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death, to death, and such as are for the sword, to the sword, and such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear. Tear with what? They teeth, man. Those pit bulls, once they latch on, they got so much, I don't know how much the PSIs are, pressures per square inch. But hey, you can't unlock it, man. It's a spirit that jumps on them, like we read about. And the fowls of the heavens and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. All right. So we know the Lord put these demonic spirits in these dogs, man. All right. Let's grab this real quick. When I said Nadad Manyanyan Shatan, the dog turned around, man. James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one power, and thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. All right. And this is I got another faith booster from the LA camp some years back, where they were camping, and I think 2 German shepherds ran up on the camp, man, and the dogs, an angel stopped them, and the dogs like started squirming and ran back with their tails tucked, man. It was like they ran into a force field, and the dog turned around and they ran away. All right, that was an angel that protected them, man. Now, of course, in your flesh, you're like, oh shit, you know, what the hell, this dog running up, you know? But hey, man, call Halayim Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. And I'm gonna end it with this, man. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. All right, and that's what happened yesterday, man. So call Halayim Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi for that protection, you know. And I just had to share that. Barakateh Yahawah, Barakateh Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Kadash. I pray it was edifying. Shalom.